Is there going to be a housing crash in 2021? Should you buy now or should you wait? What's going to happen to the home prices in 2021? All of that and more coming right up. Hi, this is Mustafa Tuncali. I'm a real estate agent in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm going to talk about something that everyone is curious of. Is there going to be a housing crash in 2021? I'm going to get in front of my whiteboard and do some analysis with you. But keep in mind, I don't know anything. I'm just guessing. So do your own research and make decisions based on that. Now, let's go run some numbers. Hi, today I'm going to talk about a potential 2021 housing crash. Everyone is talking about it. If you go on YouTube and just type in housing crash, you're going to see hundreds of videos. And honestly, this is going to be one of them. But in this video, I'm going to try to give you information that other channels are probably not giving, or maybe they're reading it wrong in my opinion. As you probably know by now, house prices are going up very fast. Many people are liking the situation right now to 2008 housing crash. And they're thinking the same thing happened in 2006 to 2008. Now it's happening again. Housing crash happened back then, so it must happen now. So in this video, I'm going to go over what happened in 2008, what is happening now, and what I think is going to happen in 2021. So what happened in 2008? And is it similar to what is happening now? Back in 2008, low interest rate after the dot-com crash caused home prices to go up. And with adjusted rate mortgage, with teaser rate, people could buy homes that they could not afford, but they start with a very low amount of monthly payment. And the lenders start giving out ninja loans. That meant no income, no job verification loans. So pretty much anyone who could fog a mirror could buy a house. And later, interest rates went up, and this caused home prices to go down. And people who got adjusted rate mortgages with low monthly payment, they were hoping to refinance once their monthly payment went up. But since home prices went down, they didn't have enough equity to refinance their loans. Now they couldn't make their payments because their monthly payments doubled in some cases. So inventory skyrocketed with foreclosures and short sales. And because of unemployment, uncertainty, and very strict mortgage rules implemented later, demand really plummeted. So now we have incredible amount of inventory, meaning supply on the market, but there is no demand for it, which caused the crash. So what is happening now? Right now, the interest rates are record low. So people are encouraged to go apply for mortgages, which causes demand to go up. And because of COVID-19, right now people are not selling. Maybe they're scared to put their house on the market and have stranger people come take a tour of their house. Maybe they don't want to move right now. They're waiting for everything to go away. Whatever the reason, people are hesitant to put their house on the market right now. And because of the labor shortage, the new constructions are also slowing down. And there are no foreclosures happening right now. There's this forbearance program, so even if people are not making their monthly payments, they're not being foreclosed on, which all of this causes supply to plummet. So there's a really high demand for houses, but there's a very short supply, which causes home prices to go up. And people are scared of two things happening. When the forbearance ends and foreclosures start to happen, all these people who are not making their monthly payments, are they going to lose their homes? And also unemployment, it was around 4% and it went up to 14% after the COVID. Right now it's down to about 7%. With this increased unemployment, people are not going to be able to make payments. So many people are going to lose their homes. Or is it? I'm going to explain it in a little bit. Now let's talk about why low interest rates are creating this high demand and increased home prices. So when you decide to buy a home and apply for a mortgage, your approval amount is based on how much monthly payment you can afford. It is not necessarily how much you make per year, but it is how much of a monthly payment you can afford. So now let's take an average family of people making $60,000 a year, husband and wife. Their total annual income is $120,000 a year. That would bring their monthly income to $10,000. And now let's say this family is not in a huge debt and they decide to put 20% of their monthly income to mortgage payment, which means they can afford to make $2,000 a month monthly mortgage payments. So based on the interest rate, how much of a house can this family afford? Of course, your monthly payment will include insurance, taxes, HOA fees. It also depends what kind of a mortgage you get and how much of a down payment you put down. But I just want to show how interest rates are affecting the home prices. So let's take averages. So a family decides to make $2,000 a month payment. And right now, rates are about 3%. So this family can afford a $475,000 home. So if they decide to lower the interest even lower, and let's say they bring it to 2.5%, so they can now afford $505,000 home. If they lower even more, let's say they lower to 2%, now they can afford $540,000 home. And now let's say interest rates are starting to go up. What's going to happen? The same family making the same income, if the rate's going to 3.5%, now they can only afford $445,000 home. And if the rates go even higher to 4%, now they can only afford $420,000 home. Now, can you see how the same family making the exact same income, just by changing the interest rate, they can go from $420,000 to $540,000. So now if this family buys the exact same home, wants to live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in a nice neighborhood, at 4% interest rate, they're going to be interested in around $400,000 to $420,000 home. Interest rate goes down to 2%. Now they're going to be interested in $540,000 homes. Now you can see why home prices go up when interest rates go down, and vice versa. Right now, people are scared of two things. One is the amount of people who are on a forbearance plan and the amount of people who are unemployed due to COVID-19. So let's talk about forbearance for a minute. So what is forbearance? So forbearance is banks are basically telling people, hey, you're in a hardship, you can basically freeze your payments. You don't have to make monthly mortgage payments right now. And they're not really strictly checking if you really have a hardship or not. Basically, they're saying you don't have to make monthly mortgage payments and there is no consequence. Your credit score won't be affected. We're not going to report it to credit agency as a late payment. We're not going to charge you any penalty. And you can just go back to your old regular payments and put everything that you didn't pay at the end of your mortgage. So many people think, why not? I'm just going to freeze my monthly payments, whether they're in a real hardship or not. And this forbearance plan is going to go until summer of 2021. And now let's talk about unemployment. This is the representative unemployment chart. Unemployment was around 4% for a very long time. And then after the COVID-19 closures happened, it skyrocketed all the way to above 14%. And then it started coming down. Right now we're at 7%. So why did this happen? If you remember, Congress approved the CARES Act, which meant the states actually gave $600 a week unemployment payment to people who lost their jobs or people who got furloughed. So $600 a week translates to $31,200 a year salary. The federal government paid this money on top of state unemployment. So how many people are really making this much money working? And government is paying this much money to people not to work. So businesses are happy to furlough people. People are happy to be furloughed because now they're getting paid more by not working. So many people lost their jobs or got furloughed. When that $600 a week payments expired, you saw people are magically getting back their jobs and unemployment went down to 7%. So right now there are still people who lost their jobs for real and they cannot get it back. And that increase is only about 3%. And chances are when the COVID-19 is over, everything opens back up, most of these people are going to be able to get their jobs back. Yes, there will be some people who will be affected by this long term, lose their jobs, but amount of people who actually lose their jobs and never getting back because of this is not big enough to cause a housing crash. So what I think is going to happen in 2021, first of all, there won't be any foreclosures until at least the summer, and this can actually be extended even further. And interest rates are likely to stay low throughout the year to stimulate the economy that was affected by COVID-19. And with the news of new vaccine, will the COVID-19 be over? Will businesses reopen and will unemployment go down? Or will there be more closures and people are going to be unemployed again? Assuming COVID-19 will be over or be manageable and people are not going to be afraid to go out or open up and list their homes and construction will speed up, there will be an increase in supply. But I also think the interest rates are going to stay low and unemployment will not go any higher. That means the demand will stay high, and any increased supply will most likely be absorbed by the high demand. And the housing market looks something like this. House prices were going up steadily, and with COVID-19, it increased a crazy amount, like more than 15% in the last year, because of the limited supply and increased demand. Now, if the supply and demand balances in the 2021, what is going to happen? Chances are it will be a little stable, and there's a possible correction because this increase may not be organic. Once everything goes back to normal, there might be a correction to where it was supposed to be. But this is not a crash. I'm expecting maybe 5 to 10% drops in the house prices. Right now, what I'm seeing is houses that are supposed to sell for $300,000 are listed for $325,000 and they're selling for $350,000 because there's a shortage of homes on the market. If this shortage goes away, that $350,000 home maybe is gonna worth back to 325. And I don't know when this is going to happen, but if it happens, it is probably not gonna be until the end of 2021, maybe even 2022. And assuming everything goes back to normal, whatever that is these days, after a possible correction in late 2021 or 2022, we might go back to steady increase of home prices going from 2022 to 23 and onward. And this is what I think is going to happen. I really don't know. I'm just guessing like everyone else. But because of my background in science, I like to think I can read data better than most people. Now, you might be asking, well, should we buy a home now or should we wait? What I always say is don't try to time the market. Buy a home if you're ready to buy a home financially, and wait if you're not ready. And don't think short term, think long term. Even if you buy a home now and home prices crash, they're going to recover. Many people sold their homes after 2008 when they didn't really have to, but they didn't want to make high monthly payments for a home that didn't worth that much. But right now, those homes worth much more than what they did when the housing bubble happened in 2005, 2006. So if they held on to their homes, right now their homes would be worth much more than what they paid for. So if you're buying a house that you're going to live in, don't look at it as an investment or a way to make money. If you're financially ready and you can make the monthly payments, buy a home. And if you can't, don't gamble with your money, hoping to make a quick cash within a year. That's it for today, guys. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video and comment below what you think is going to happen in 2021. See you in the next video.